So today we are going to discuss about scheduled jobs. Scheduled jobs. Write it down. Scheduled jobs are automated pieces of work pieces of work that can be performed. Scheduled jobs are automated pieces of work that can be performed at a specific time that can be performed at specific time or or on a recurring schedule. On a recurring schedule. Full stop. On a recurring schedule. Full stop. I'll repeat again. Scheduled jobs are the automated pieces of work that can be performed at a specific time or on a recurring schedule. Full stop. Next line. Next line. We can automate or we can automatically generate. We can automatically generate generate a report a report or or entity of records. I mean now?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, now it's
Mm.
audible.
I lost the network, I guess. Yeah, now I got. Write it down. I was telling again, automatically we generate and distribute a reports or entity of records.
Can you start from the
Yeah, can you
beginning?
can you repeat the second point?
Yeah, that's what we automatically generate. And I'll repeat from starting, no worries. Okay, as of now, just go with the second point. Automatically generate and distribute a report or entity of records.
Priyanka, you mentioned we can automate. So after that, what do we write?
What was that? We can automate.
Yeah, we can automate, and then we lost your voice.
Okay, got you. So we can automate the following. We can automate the following kind of task, comma, write it down the next thing. We can automate the following kinds of task, comma, and the next line, automatically generate and distribute a report or entity of records. Entity of records. Next line. Next line. We can schedule, we can schedule in daily basis, daily, weekly, periodically, etc. etc. Periodically, etc. I'll repeat from starting. Okay, so schedule jobs are automated pieces of work that can be performed at a specific time or on a recurring schedule. Next line. We can automate the following kind of task. Comma, next line. Automatically generate and distribute a report or entity of records. Okay, and then we can schedule in a daily basis, weekly basis, periodically, etc. So we do have few more. I'll show you those. Okay. Just give me a few seconds, guys. I'll be back. Yeah. So now let us discuss about like in how schedule jobs work. Okay. So now see. So schedule jobs. In the name itself, we can understand that. So we are going to schedule specific job or else any particular job or task which we are going to schedule it. Let's say I just need to do one specific work or I need to run a kind of script or something every day evening 5 o'clock. So the first day I'll write a script and I will run it. That's fine. So if I want to do the same activity every day, or else maybe like in weeklies, or else maybe something like in periodically, like every 2 3 hours 4 hours, or else it depends on like in the requirement actually. So if there is like an any specific kind of activities which I just need to repeat again and again. Okay, so in order to reduce my time and energy, so I can keep that in a scheduled job and then I can set up a time over there depending on the time. So according to that, it automatically it will work or else it will execute. So see here, we are going to automate pieces of work. So let's say example, we are going to work with like in one specific piece of work that should be automated. That should be specifically should work on. Okay, so these things and all which we are going to specify specific time over here or else in a recurring schedule as well. Recurring is something but here repeated. Okay, repeating schedule as well, which we can mention over there and we will schedule it according to the requirement and that will execute bit according to the timing. Okay, so that's what about like a schedule job. So here we can schedule reports, we can schedule notifications, we can schedule any kind of script based kind of thing as well. Okay, so it depends on like in what's the requirement which you are getting. So that should be scheduled. Then we'll go with the schedule jobs. Okay, so scheduled jobs we do have like in weekly basis, daily basis, periodically, okay, calendar and start. Okay, so that's how which we do have like in few more options as well. Okay, so how to navigate to schedule job? So in application navigator, just type it out, schedule job. Okay, see under system schedule we have schedule jobs, right? Open that. So this is like in the existing out of the box scheduled jobs we have almost more than 400. Okay, so to go ahead with, so we do have like in types as well. Okay, so scheduling with like in, I'll show you. Here we are going ahead with like in scheduling an item with reports and all these things. Okay, so now we are good with like and see here we have a scheduled job. Right, so this is a new record actually. So how to navigate? Just go back to like an application navigator and just type it out like in, just go with system definition schedule jobs, not this one. Okay, so system definition schedule job, just go with this. And here I have 253. Okay, so the previous one which I showed you, the schedule is regarding, we do have a schedules, right? I just showed you like in the concept of like an SLA, we have a schedule. So morning 8 to 5, 24/7. So there is like a schedule. So if I want to customize something else, then that's the thing which we just need to utilize. Okay, here under system definition, we have a schedule jobs. Just navigate to this one. Okay, here we have a types. The first thing is like in which we can generate a report and we can automatically schedule it as well. Scheduling a reports is nothing but the first one. Okay, and the second thing is like an automatically generate something for a template from a template. So there is a template for like an change incident CI and then all the tables as well, record tables, then we can go with that. So let me open and show you each and everything. And the third thing is like an automatically we run a script. Okay, according to the script we chosen, that will run, that will be scheduled our scheduled time, so it will work on again work according to our script. Okay, so the third one which I'll show you how it is, because it is something complicated than these two. It's not complicated, it's easy only, but anyhow these two is like a something just simply configuring and customizing only. Okay, so scheduling a report is nothing but give a name and then give the report name, which report should be like in scheduled. Okay, so as I told you before, there is a share option. Okay, whenever I click on share option in top right corner, we'll get all that, right? Schedule, share, export, add to dashboard, all this in reports concept. So there, if I click on like a schedule, so this page will come up. So I'm gonna give like a name of a schedule report and then give add the report, which reports needs to be like a schedule. Okay, and add the users groups email address, and then here we do have like in run. See here we have an options. Daily I can share it, weekly, monthly, periodically, only once. On demand is nothing but we are not gonna mention any date or time over there. Whenever we get an update from a client side, so there's that, then we will click on like an on demand, and there is a calendars as well, entry start and entry end. Okay, so we are going for, there is like an any conditions which we need to apply, then we can apply the conditions. If there is no records for specific reports based on the condition, then this will not be sent. If I click on omit if no records. Okay, and here I'll add subject and all the messages and all. Okay, so that's how about like it will go with the scheduling a report. Whereas scheduling with like an according to the table, so name will I go, and then I will just mention like in the condition over here, depending on my condition, so it will be scheduled. Okay, so we are going to set up like an we are navigating to like, and we will take according to the template, there will be like an existing templates. Okay, those templates will be scheduled according to our time. Okay, so the main part which we just need to focus on is like an automatically run a script of your choosing. Okay, so even though we are not into like an scripting part was involved into, but anyhow, so I just try to explain like an each and every line as well, whatever which I write in the script. Okay, I'm gonna write like in 2 lines of script over here, because the concept is nothing but we are going to run the script according to our schedule. Okay, so we will schedule any kind of specific time over here, or else we'll go with like an on demand. So on demand is something, let me tell you, let's say that even the client also not specifically don't know about like in the specific time to schedule it. Okay, so then we will mention it as like an on demand, and whenever we get an update from them, so run a job, run the scheduled job, then we will run it. Okay, so if I want to schedule a notification, so I just need by using like an schedule job. Okay, let's say that is yesterday we discussed about like a notifications, right? That specific notification should go according to like an time intervals as well. Let's say weekly ones or else monthly ones, maybe like let's say password reset. Password reset is nothing but something which goes with every 90 days, right? So every 90 days, which we can schedule it and we can send the notification to respective users as well by using this. We just need to do the prior thing is nothing but we need to create a event registry, and then here we just need to use like in one line of script gs.event queue with a schedule name and calling that, then it will trigger. Okay, so let's start with like in going ahead with like a schedule job now. So just give like in any name over here, let's say demo schedule job. You can go with anything. Okay, it depends on like an requirement. Let me go with like an use case and I will add that because every time demo thing is like a not a good and I won't prefer that. So now see, so the use case over here is nothing but so we know about it, right? So whenever incident is created and the when it is moved to resolve state, so we are not getting any response from a caller, we are going to auto close the tickets, right? So that auto close information also which we are going to pre informing to them. So before only we are going to inform this to the clients or caller or customer and users, which I can say. Okay, so this auto closing a incident is nothing but this is a scheduled job. Let's say today I resolve the incident record. Okay, and then I didn't get any response from a caller for 3 to 4 days. So it will be remaining in a resolved state only. Whenever it is closed state, then only the incident is completed. It's like 100% the issue got clear. Okay, so in order to close the ticket, there will be like a time limit depending on our projects and organizations actually. So here, let's say 1 week, 7 days, 7 business days, or 5 business days. Okay, so they will just make it as like a line as well whenever we resolve. So the issue got resolved and the ticket will be open for like a next 5 business days. If you are not reaching out to us, if you're not getting back to us, we are going to auto close the ticket. So these kind of thing, this kind of statement which we will pass to them will convey them. Okay, then we are going to auto close it. If they are responding to our email and if they are selling yes we can close it, then we will close it manually or else automatically it will be closed. Okay, so let's say let me go ahead with like in resolved state. So resolved we have only one. So let me change few incidents into like an resolve just for our practice purpose, because one changing one specific record into like an closed by using script is will be like a not that much good actually. So let us take like an at least 4 records. So just change few incidents to like an resolve, but in your real time scenario, so you should not do all these things. Whatever the records was there, so that will be available, and for sure it will be more than this only. As it is like an PDI, so we do have like an very less. Okay, so now let me refresh with like an incident. Refresh it and apply the filter, resolve, show matching. So now see I have 4 records which having a state resolved. So 15, 19, 27 and 51. So these 4. Okay, so what I'm gonna do by using schedule job, I'm going to change the state resolve to close by using script whenever I click on like an on-demand button, or whenever the time frame is like in met according to my time frame, whatever which I mentioned here, then this will be automatically updated. So I'm not going to do this by using manually. So see here, we do have like, and we can do it manually as well, changing a close to resolve and updating. So I'm not gonna do that. So what I'll do by using script, by using schedule job, I'm going to change this records, these 4 records state from resolve to close. Okay, so let's have a look on that as well. So now see, auto close. So I will give a name, auto close incidents. Okay, so now active, yes, we know these about like an active and application, right? So if there is any specific condition I need to mention, then the condition session will come up. So we can add a conditions over there. Okay, so let's go with like in the next 3 options is very important. So run. So how we are going to run this? So are we going to run daily? Then if it is like in daily, then we need to mention the time zone and time. If it is like in weekly, we'll get a day from Monday to Sunday, we'll get it. So according to our requirement, we'll go ahead. If it is like in monthly, we need to mention every month which day. 5th day, 6th day, we'll mention the date. Every first date of every month, it will go ahead. If it is like in periodically, we can mention days here. Let's say if it's like in more than 1 month, then we can go with like an as password reset, there is a 90 days, right? So we can mention 90 days, and then hours, and then minutes and seconds as well. Okay, and the starting time, I usually it starts from now only. If you want to change this, you can change this as well. Okay, if it is periodically, you can mention not only days, you can make it as like an empty, and here every 5 hours, every 4 hours also you can mention by using this. Okay, and the next thing is once, only once it will be run. So the starting, we are going to mention the timing over here. So then it will run only one time. And then on demand. On demand is nothing but after saving the thing, we'll get an on demand button over here in the top right. Okay, whenever I click on that button, the job will run. Okay, so because they haven't provided any time schedules over here. Okay, and that is like in business calendar entry start and business calendar entry end as well. So we will select from a calendar, business calendar, and we will go ahead with this quarterly, monthly, weekly, yearly, all this. Okay, so as of now, let's go with like an on demand. Okay, you can go with like an anything as well while practicing, not an issue. Okay, so let's start a script now. So scripting, what I just need to do, I'm going to read this table first. Okay, so just using like an incident table, gliding the incident table, and I'm querying it. I'm using this filter. Okay, state is equal to resolve, and updating a resolve state to close state. That's it. It's like in simple only. Let's have a look. And these options, which I'm going to tell you when we are going to discuss about like a scripting concept. Okay, so as of now, just if I click over here, it will give a full screen. Okay, so now let me write a script over here. I'll explain each and every line as well, no worries. So glide var gr is equal to new glide record. So we'll get the suggestions as well. Okay, so we are going to mention the backend value of a table. Okay, so if I have given like in table, so I'll get an underline here. Even here, see the methods. Okay, so the APIs, whatever which I'm using, and the if it is like incorrect, so it will be in a proper coloring, and the highlights as well will get it. So incident backend value is nothing but incident only. So I will be like in small letter. Okay, so now what I did, I just created one object where gr is equal to new glide record of incident. So var is nothing but the variable which I have created, and gr is something the variable which I have given. This is nothing but glide record. So you can mention here whatever it might be, but except the reserve words. We have a break, condition, if, for, while, all this, right? So those things should not come up. If I mention those things, that will be an exception. Compiler will take it in a different way. Okay, so instead of, you can mention like an ABC as well. So usually we use as a developers gr, but you can go with like an anything. Using everywhere gr is also not a good practice. Okay, you can go with like an anything. Let's say inc, incident table, which you are working, or else let's say I can go with like an auto close. Okay, so you can utilize anything but except the reserve words. If you want the reserve words list, you can Google it as well. Reserve words in JavaScript, go with it, and you will get like an a lot. Boolean, switch, conditions, all this will come up. Okay, so var gr is equal to. So this is what I have declared a variable gr. In this gr, I'm going to store all the incident records actually by using a glide record. So this glide record we will discuss in a further class as well. See, glide record is nothing but, so we are going to give a table and we mention the incident table here. Okay, so incident table backend value is incident. So now what will happen? All the incident table records, how many it might be, maybe like in 100 records is there, or maybe 200, maybe 2000, whatever it might be. All the incident records will be stored in gr variable. Variable is nothing but which you are going to store the values, right? So that's how which we are going to create a object by using gr variable. Okay, so now by using that, so just declare the variable again, gr dot. So we have a add query. Okay, so we can go with like an add encoded query as well. So see, just type it out like an add encoded query. Here, see, we have a add encoded query. So why we need to use this? So everything, whatever the methods which I'm using now, I'm going to repeat it again whenever we reach to scripting concepts. Okay, so as of now, just for like a better understanding, so let me keep it in a simple way. Add encoded query is something whenever I'm going to add a filters. Okay, so let's say example. So I told you, right, adding a query. So copy query. So this thing which I can mention in by using add encoded query. So the filters, whatever which we do, if it is like in more than this as well. Okay, so let's say example, if I add one more filter, let that come up, it's loading, and active is true. Let's say multiple filters also which I can utilize is true. Click on run. Now even now I got a 4 records. So now what I'll do, I'll copy the query and I'll mention here add query. So this is the multiple filters which we can mention at the same line by using add query. If it is a single filter, then we use add query. If it is like in multiple, we use add encoded query. For multiple conditions of filters, if I want to use in script, then I will use add encoded query. If it is like a single thing, then I will add query. So add query thing which we will discuss later. So now what I did, whatever the records which is there in incident table, I have stored in gr variable. So now I'm referring the gr variable and I'm doing a filter. So now in the second line, if I execute, so only these 4 records will come up. Okay, so now see, the next line will go ahead with like an, so we just need to go ahead with like an querying it. So query is nothing but running it. So whenever I click on run button, so the conditions whatever which is there, okay, so that will be applied and that came up and displaying here, right? In the same way, if I want to do that in a script as well, then I will use variable and query. Okay, so now I just need to apply my script for each and every record. If it is like in one record, then I can go with like an if condition, two records if condition I can go ahead. If it is multiple, so for sure it will be multiple only. So what we'll do, we'll write a while loop, while in braces gr dot, we have a next. Okay, so just give a braces over here as well. So while gr dot next. So for this no semicolon, for the out above three lines we have a semicolon because we are ending that statement with that specific line only. But whereas while loop is something which we are going to do by as a recurring. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, so now I'll write my concern over here. So what is my update here? What I just need to do, I just need to go ahead with like an, I need to change the state from resolved to closed. Okay, so just go ahead with like in gr dot state. State is nothing but the backend value of a state field. So see, this is a number we just need to mention. So number is something which we will, how to find out the backend value of a field. Just navigate to like in incident and then open any of a record. See the state backend value is state only. Here, see the state. Okay, so as it is like in the choice list, okay, for new we do have a value, for in progress we have a value, and all these things we have a value. Let me go back to like in configure dictionary. This is one thing which we can check it, or else here we have a export XML, show XML, sorry. If I can click over here, I can check the backend value of the value as well. Let me go back to like in configure dictionary and will show you exactly for in progress what's the value, for a new what's the value, for everything which we can go with for choices. Okay, so just check it out like in the label we have. Let's say we need to change the value from resolve to close, right? So now see there is like in whenever I click on like in close, I do got like in 26 options. Okay, so these closed is nothing but this is not only just from like an incident table. Okay, so it's coming from like an all the tables whatever which is available in service now. So let's say I do have like a close state or else close value in incident table and even in other table as well, in problem change or SC task or anywhere. See, that's how it will come up actually. So what I'll do, I will take the table from here. Okay, so I will check it out for incident table. What's the backend value of a closed backend value here? Okay, so here the video have like in all the tables, and then wherever we have these tables, the all the closed things is like in coming up. So now let me go with the incident. So incident we have only one thing, which is 7. The backend value of this closed, the choice actually. So these are the choices, right? State field choices. Okay, so state field choices. Let's say if I go ahead with like an, just remember for incident closed value is 7. Let's say if it is like an resolve. So you can check it out for the rest of the thing as well. See, it's a 6. If I go with like a new, the backend value is 1 here. Okay, so if I want to update from like, and let's say the value, the scenario is something else. Okay, so I just need to utilize the new state from like in 1 by using like in 1. I need to move to like an in progress. In progress also, just check it out the backend value, it's like in 2. Okay, so that's how which we will check the backend value. We are going to utilize the backend values only, okay, whenever we are writing a script. So we should not utilize the label whatever which is available because it will not take up. Let's say if I write closed here, it will be an error. Okay, because I'm not going to update the string, it will take it as like a string actually close, as it is like in the value is not a closed there. So let's say if the value as well is like enclosed here, then I can use it as a closed. let's say the value of our in progress is 2 here, right? So if the value is like in progress available here, so I should not update it because it is out of the box one. So if it is like in the value, whatever the value is available here, the value I need to take it, not only specifically 2. So we can cross verify by checking on that. Okay, so just give the value over here 7 for closed. So why I'm using here 7 is nothing but I'm going to update all the records, whatever which is available in this filter, okay, into close, right? From resolve to close, I'm going ahead. See, the state is equal to 6. How I got this one? The backend value of a resolve is 6, right? So I got this. Active is true. So in this filter, we have a 4 records. For those 4 records, I'm going to update it to close. The backend value for close is 7. Okay, and I can update any of the fields as well if it is required. Let's say gr dot description. Description is string. So just mention the value. Testing schedule jobs. And or else we will go with like in the existing one, the real time stuff only. We auto close the incident as we didn't get the response from you. So you can mention like this as well. Okay, so that's how. So for just for like an understanding purpose, I will add for you people. So you will get like an, testing schedule job also, which you can add. Okay, so let me add. So we are just testing this, right? So, and now the most important line which I'm going to add, gr dot update. So if I'm not using this line, okay, so whatever the script might be, whatever how many lines if I have written, okay, so that will not update. So this is the one which is very important. I'm going to update it. If in case I'm going to create a new record, then I will use a insert gr dot instead. So here the gr is something, the variable which we created. Let's say if the variable is like an abc. Okay, then I will mention abc everywhere. ABC is equal to, and then ABC dot add encoded query, ABC dot query. So in that way, which we will refer. So now let me recall it again. So I have created one object stating that we are we are gliding an incident table. In this gr, I'm going to store all the incident records. I have added a query over here. Okay, so the query is nothing but I'm going to filter with like in state is resolved under active incidents. Okay, so I have run it and then I mentioned like in while loop and I just changing or else updating a state from resolve 6 to 7 closed, and then I'm updating a not only state, I'm updating a description as well. Okay, then I'm just giving ahead with like an update. Okay, so now let me save the form and we'll execute this. So now see, whenever I click on like an on demand, so as of now, so let's say my I'm go with like an periodically every 5 days. Let's say example for every 5 days, this should trigger. Okay, or else you can go ahead with like an on demand as well. So whenever I click on like an on demand, so see here there is a top right corner, there is a execute now. So if I click on this execute now for testing purpose, so as the developers, what we do, we'll go with like an on demand right now, or else we'll go ahead with like in the periodically something. Let's say the periodically I have added and there is like in 5 days. Still, if I want to test this, whether this is working or not, whether this is like in working properly as per my requirement or not. So I can check it by clicking on this execute now. Even though irrespective of whatever the interval might be, whatever the time and date might be, which I mentioned, if I click on this execute button, it will execute for sure. Okay, if I'm not gonna click it, then according to the time it will take and it will execute. Okay, so you can go with like an anything. Let me save it. So now let us test this one. Okay, so just remember 15192751. We have like in 4 records, okay, which state is like in resolved. Right. So now whenever I execute this, this should be changed to close. And then description should be updated as this one. Okay, so let me click on like an execute now. And this is executed. Now refresh the page. Now no records actually, because the filter whatever which we mentioned here is resolve. So we have updated all the record state from resolve to closed. So if I change the filter from state to close, now I'll get those. Active is true should not be there, because that's a vice versa. So closed records are inactive records. Okay. Now see, let me click on updated. We don't have here. Let me go back and so if I click on like an updated, then I will get a recent record. See here, 1 minute ago, 8 days ago. Let me click on update. 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago. So these four. So I told you 15, 19, 27, 51. So I have one more tab which I have duplicated. You can cross verify. So 0015, 0019. So we have those two. 0015, 0019. Okay, and the next thing is like in 0027 and 51. And see here 27 and 51. So what's the state for this one? Closed. I haven't done by using manually. I had done by using script. So that's how whenever the according to the time, so which we will go ahead with like in the schedule job and we will execute it. So let me recall it again. Schedule job is something if there is any specific kind of activity or else any kind of work which I just need to do repeatedly. Today I just did it. Okay, so auto closing is nothing but something depending on like on business days, okay, which we can go ahead, right? So here what we'll do, we will keep that specific script over here, and according to my script, it will execute. Okay, not only script, we can schedule our reports as well. We can, take a templates from different tables and we can send that as well. Okay, so which we can schedule according to our requirement. We do have a daily basis, weekly, periodically, monthly, all this. Okay, so that's how which we have do by using schedule job. So now I'll go with your questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
Priyanka, can we send email notifications through this, Priyanka?
Yes, we can. We just need to create a event registry first, and after creating an event registry, we just need to write a line of script call by using add queries. There is like an gs dot query event, okay, and then we can add a event registry name and where we are going to trigger the notification, and then we will do. And in notifications also there is a three options, right? One is record, inserted, and updated. And then we do have like an other option called
Triggered,
triggered
event
and
triggered.
event is fried. Okay, so just select the event is fired, and then you can write event query here, and whenever this schedule job is executed, then the event will fire, will trigger, and then it will send a notification. We worked on few projects as well, the same thing. We can do that.
Priyanka, you said this scheduled jobs can be scheduled as well, right? Because as the name suggests. So as
Mhm.
of now, you did a on-demand execution.
Yeah,
So could you just maybe show where we can schedule this? Uh,
here only.
Here,
This is a
then
scheduling, that's it. The options, whatever which is available here we are going to schedule. Here we are mentioning like a date and time. Scheduling is something we are adding it date and time only, right?
right, right.
Yeah.
And on the incident page, we need to see the description. Basically, this description
Yes.
is
That's
a different
good
field
you
than short
remember.
description. Okay.
This is a short description. Good
Yeah.
that you remind me. 1 second. So let me take a description over here. See, we auto close this. This 4 is updated, right?
Yes.
We remove the short subcategory. Yeah, here you go. So these 4, we auto closed the incident as we did not get a response from your testing schedule. If I open this as well, it will be updated. Testing schedule job. Okay, good question. Yeah, any further questions? All good?
Hello,
Yeah,
Priyanka.
yes,
To find the backend value, we can go with SN utils as the expected, right?
yes, we can. We can do that. So that is
Okay.
really important, easy as well. But in few organizations that will be not allowed actually. So we can take it as like an SN util as well. And you can add it as a extensions by adding it to Chrome, and you can. So just click on this add to Chrome, and it will be available. Add extension. Okay, so now this is done, and see here I have a this as well. So here I just go ahead with like and all the things is available. View data. Just go here. Let's say state. So now I just need to go to the table. In which table I need to go ahead with that, right? Click on view data, view state, and we will get the details. I just need to set up something, I guess. Okay, but anyhow, it will display over here. I have used this in my project as well. But later what happened, I was changed the company, and there no if this SN util is like and restricted there. So it depends on like in the organization as well. Few are allowed and few are like and restricted. Let me try one more time because that's really easy for us to go ahead. View data. Here we'll get like, yeah, now it's working. As it is like a closed record, it's not coming up. So if I click on like in state, if I type the state, see here the state choice is like in the value is 2. For in progress, the value is 2. And there is like in one more thing, just click on like and right click on any of a blank screen, blank space. Here, see I have a SN util. So just go to tools. Here, see whenever I click on this one, technical names, I'll get all the technical names at the same time. See here. The backend value of channel is contact type, state is state, impact is impact, assignment group is assignment group. So the values, caller is call underscore ID. So that's how which I'll get it. If you want, you can refresh and you can close it. So we can use this as well. It is something, easy to find out. So these things also you can try. Pop in and pop out. I mean, let's say if there is like a few fields are hidden. So see, this is hidden field, this is hidden field, and this is hidden field. So even that also which we can try. The closer records, it will not come up. Only the new to result states, whatever the things is available, then you can check it out. This helps. You can try. Just type the SN util in Chrome and then click on the first one and you add to Chrome. Okay. I used it and later, due to restrictions and all, I was not using that. That's how it's happened. And there is a video as well how to use this. Before it was there, not sure what now. Okay, you can check it out the video as well. Somewhere I saw this. Okay, you can check it out like an update sets as well. The recent updates, whatever which you worked on, there is any notes and the tables which you are going to work with. So you can check it out, those things. Everything will be added. Let's say if I want to go ahead with like any field script or something else, even the script also will come up. The sample script also will come up, let's say. So here see guide record is there, right? So here you just mention like an according to your query. Okay, so you can copy paste it as well. See var incident, we are going ahead with like an if condition with society and all the fields are available. And if I want to test this one, so there is like an open in background script. So I can open this and I can utilize this as well. So this background script, I'll tell you what it is and how we are going to utilize. Okay, so whenever we are discussing about like in scripting and all, then we'll go with it. Okay. All good. Any further questions?
Once, can you show the navigation of this Priyanka values, backend value?
Sure. So see, let's say this is a incident fields, right? An incident record. Just go to configure dictionary. Scroll down. There is a choices. Okay, so as of now, there is a filters, right? So let me remove the filters. So we have 99 choices for state. So this is not just formula. We are not in an incident table actually. We are in a sys underscore dictionary. So all the fields will be there in a dictionary only, right? So that's how the choices and the choice values, everything will be there. So if I want to filter, I can filter it as well when I click on the search icon, just give the incident and all the incident backend values is here. For new 1, in progress 2, on hold 3, resolve 6, closed and cancelled. So 7 and 8. That's how. Clear?
Yeah, thank you, Priyanka.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, guys, all clear. Shall we wrap up for today?
Priyanka Garu,
Yes, yes.
please send me yesterday concept man.
Yeah, it's there already, I'm not gonna add each and every person every day. I'm going to upload the video here. Okay, just refresh the page.
Notification concept not there.
Refresh your page. So it's there here. See,
Okay.
yesterday I uploaded. Refresh it and let me know now only if you're not getting. I'll do something. Okay, let me stop recording.